You know what? I thought I buried this fucking cunt a long time ago. I thought I buried this last week when I did Discussion 2017 with Letitia. But some flies cannot be swatted there, can they? They cannot be at all swatted in any given light. Now, it's really interesting because harassment can probably wind you up in prison, or severe stalking cases can be very, very illegal. And this is what I can now consider stalking to the lowest common degree, because this is what she is doing now. By the way, if you don't know who I'm talking about, yes, Michelle goddamn Jade. And, you know, I apologize if I keep dragging this bullshit on. I'm exhausted from it as it is. And to be honest, I don't know why I'm still fucking giving this cunt any attention. I've got other shit to fucking do, to be honest. But really, I'm just gonna try and bury this bitch once and for fucking all. Now, let's be very clear here, sweet cakes, that under the Human Rights Act of 1993, we have a thing called the Freedom of Expression Clause. Now, the Freedom of Expression Clause allows me to have freedom of expression that I can express freely on any given medium, including social media, as long as it falls under the New Zealand law and as long as it does not fucking contravene any other fucking laws that are going to get broken. This is not considered as you call it, slander. This is me exposing the truth at hand, considering the fact that you are a serial stalker with severe psychological problems, and we need to call you the fuck out. And the funny thing is that you can turn around and wreck marriages, wreck relationships with no regard to anyone else's fucking obligations whatsoever, and the fact that you fucking gloat about it freely and openly, and you have no remorse whatsoever. Yet you turn around and have devices given to you by Daddy Dearest. You have a roof over your head. You barely can work because you go through a job a month. And yet here you are fucking turning around calling me a piece of shit when I'm exposing you. Now, yes, I go on these dating sites. Well, I won't call them dating sites. I call them chat sites or friend sites. Because you can make friends on these sites as well, by the way. It's not for how you put it. Yes, you can make friendships on these sites, and I do look for genuine friendships. But the funny thing is, Michelle, is the fact that you can turn around and abuse me just for making friends on these sites. Now, I caught 2 of your profiles trying to bait me into fucking infidelity. Now, I roped along with it because I'm not exactly fucking stupid. And the fact that you can fucking turn around and rope me into it, you basically pretty much buried the fucking hatchet with your bullshit as it is. Now, I'm not 100% stupid there either, Michelle. You did this to me last year as well with this fake Lisa account on the fucking I think it was on Viber or some shit, and via text as well. And the fact that you could turn around and make up these fake profiles just to try and expose me, yet really they don't hold any weight whatsoever. And the funny thing is, you think you have all this proof of me apparently cheating, but really, when you called me up last year, fucking, you know, when you got Sean Hurley, yes, I'm gonna call this fat fuck out, to fucking pretend to be that chick's boyfriend. I heard you laugh over the fucking phone. Now, I actually rung up that other number tonight that you rung off Raven's phone because she fucking texted me the number. I 197'd that number, and I know you're breathing a mile a fucking way. That's a burn phone, you fucking dumb cunt. Now, this is a real funny thing, Michelle. You always change your devices because you know you're going to get caught out, and you know you're in deep shit as it is. And the funny thing is, you're always trying to erase your tracks. You have actually erased your other Michelle KJ account because you knew that you were going to get fucking nailed with that. Because you've trolled people in the past with that account. So you decided to shut it down just to erase the tracks. But if the police were to get a subpoena to Facebook to recover that account, they will probably happily do so if the legalities were proper. Now, the funny thing is, Michelle, you've cocked up on so many occasions. You've always tried to spring me out in some sort of fake infidelity just so you can gain some credibility. Now, I actually know your methods very well now, Michelle. You always try and expose me out on NZ Metal, which practically you're banned from anyway. So you use your fake accounts to go on there just to fucking try and expose me. And the funny thing is, you use really rank snippets just so you can fucking try and make me out to be the bad guy even more. And it's real funny because it's just funny because it's obvious. No one else outside of the New Zealand metal community knows about the fucking NZ metal drama. Okay? No one else outside of the NZ metal community, aside from myself, aside from Raven, aside from fucking James out of Ivy Blue, knows, and outside of the New Zealand music community, knew about the NZ metal saga. And probably Letty knew. I alerted Letty about this, so she knew about it, but she wasn't really involved in it. But she fucking told me about this, that this other fake account that you drummed up, fucking posted up on NZ Metal, and obviously this is your doing. Now, this was not record on Google because NZ Metal is a private group and some of the posts are private anyway, or some of the posts are limited on NZ Metal, and same with NZ Metal Whinge, by the way. Now, this is where you've cocked time and time again. The only person outside of my group, my camp, and outside of the New Zealand metal community is you, Michelle. So, obviously, this was your doing once again, trying to implicate me in further bullshit just so you can boost your credibility, which is fucking shit anyway. Now, this is one thing I'm going to fucking actually convey to Facebook as well. This is becoming a very big problem in Facebook. And social media in general. And considering that Facebook has so many problems with so many gaping holes in the system, it needs to be rectified. Cyberbullying is becoming a major problem. Cyberbullying needs to be stamped the fuck out. And repeat offenders, including scammers, and including people that do illegal activities on Facebook, need to be controlled. They need to be taught a fucking lesson. The police will not do a damn thing about this. I have actually gone to the police on different instances of being bullied on Facebook. A couple of years ago, there was an instance where I was massively trolled, and it got to the point where they were broadcasting my personal address, and they were basically they got my home details, and it got very psychotic. And I actually went to the police about this, and they said, unfortunately, we cannot do anything, as Facebook is a law unto itself, basically. Now, that is crap, in my opinion. That was a cop-out, because there was a law that was getting passed in, and it got passed in, I think, around about July 2015, called the Harmful Digital Communications Act of 2015. Now, this law is still unpoliced. You know, I've also have complained about being cyberbullied in the past as well, and the police have done abso-fucking-lutely nothing about it. And Facebook's policies are just blasé at best when it comes to cyberbullying. There is actually zero fucking throughput on this issue whatsoever. So last night I actually wrote up on my blog called Diabola Speaks on Blogspot. I actually conveyed a few healthy suggestions in actually combating cyberbullying. And as if the police are unable to do so, social media itself should actually impose better systems in place to prevent this sort of problem. Now, Trade Me have done this, not done it, but Trade Me have been very active in combating scamming, and they've been combating duplicate accounts as well. I remember several years ago, I actually had 2 Trade Me's. One was for my old IT business, for my old IT store, and the other one was my personal one. And the funny thing was with that is, considering that my business one was quite new, Trade Me actually logged my IP address, matched them up together with my personal account, and shut down my business one. Now, I thought at the time that was utterly bogus, but in all honesty, it was actually quite resourceful. It actually does protect the buyers from malicious accounts. I wasn't saying that my account was malicious or anything. I was just saying that this system is actually quite effective, and the 3 strikes policy needs an overhaul majorly. You know, yeah, if you get banned once, you get temporarily you get restricted once or twice, and then I think probably the 3rd time you get shut down. But it doesn't work. It does not work at all. And in my opinion, I think it needs to be properly adhered to, in my opinion. It needs to be properly adhered to. These systems are weak at best, and even still, if you're on the same device creating that new account, the problem is that they can still create the account and still do the damage. And that's the problem that needs to be addressed. If you actually logged the IP addresses, and if it comes up again, then impose a probationary period of like 6 months, and impose a very strict 3 strikes policy on that account if it comes off on that new IP address. And I'm not meaning the device IP address, I'm meaning the fucking network IP address. It needs to be fucking sorted the fuck out. Now, it's been a problem for quite a while, and it needs to be fixed. And we're getting to that point where social media has become so toxic, even people don't really want to be on there anymore. It's because of the online harassment that some people actually get. I've actually been quite tempted to shut down my accounts just because of this issue. I have wanted to shut down my account for quite some time because of being bullied. Being bullied fucking sucks, man. And to be honest, no one deserves this sort of shit. And allowing cyberstalkers to still continue having their accounts, to still continue having them unrestricted in such a way where they're just being very destructive, it's beyond a joke. I don't know how many fucking times I have reported this account. I don't know how many fucking times I have, reported this account to be shut down. It's just getting to that point now where it's becoming very, very idiotic with social media. Now, it needs to be taken care of, and in my opinion, this needs to be addressed. And in New Zealand, we have a penchant for fucking throwing things under the rug and going, oh yes, you'll be right. But The funny thing is, this is not right. This is fucking wrong. And to those people that turn around and say, oh, yeah, harden the fuck up, you fucking pussy, blah, blah, blah. Really? Is that an actual answer that you really want to fucking help? Is that actual help? Do you even care? To be honest, it does not hold any weight whatsoever. It makes you look like a fucking drooling idiot. And, you know, I think this issue needs to be seriously addressed, at least here in New Zealand. Because if this continues to be happening, it's gonna probably make things a lot worse than what fucking Natalia Burgess did several years ago. Now, this has been a major problem for years, and it's just now getting out of control. So, very soon I might even put up a petition to submit to Facebook, actually, to the Facebook admins, and to Parliament as well, to enforce this too. But I don't know when I'll do that. I'll just see how it pans out. The idea is just floating around in my head at the moment. But at the moment, Michelle needs to fucking get off the internet. She's clearly abusing the privileges of using her devices. She's using her devices for abusive purposes. And this falls under the Misuse of Telecommunications Act 2001. And this needs to be stopped. So I'm gonna fucking say this. Michelle, fucking grow up. Fucking knock it off. And your day will come where your reign of fucking tyranny and your reign of fucking terror is no more. I'm fucking out. Fuck this cunt.